Hello, all my beautiful people on my YouTube channel. Welcome back to another Literally Your Mind video. Today, we're going to be talking about what is going on with Mr. Beast and the whole Ava Chris Tyson situation. If you didn't know what's going on right now, this is your video. It's going to basically encapsulate every single thing that has happened in the past month or so regarding Mr. Beast and Ava Chris Tyson. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to address, which started this whole onslaught, was the Ava Chris Tyson situation. And if you have no idea what you're talking about, I'll take you all the way back to about a year ago or maybe 2 years ago, where Chris Tyson from Mr. Beast, he was married, he had a child, everything. He came out as transgender and is now known as Ava Chris Tyson, who uses she, her pronouns, which I should be using from now on. And she came out as transgender, and originally her name was Chris with a K, and now it is Ava Chris Tyson, formally. And it has been found that in a Mr. Beast Discord server and on Discord in general, that Ava Chris Tyson was talking to and I probably believe that, so she'll be talking to underage people. I used the formal word there, but I think YouTube demonetizes, yeah. It is recently surfaced up that they were asking people to do weird things to them and say weird things to them, and also Ava was also asking this one artist who draws really crude images, including children and just child porn in general, to create images for her. Now, since that's all happened, there have been a lot of allegations towards Mr. Beast, saying that Mr. Beast knew the whole time. That came from a tweet by Jake the Viking, who used to be featured on Mr. Beast's channel before leaving. I want to say around 2020. He was featured heavily in a lot of videos from around 2017 until 2020 as this Viking character. He was a fan favourite, he was very popular. And he tweeted out Jimmy knew after all of this stuff came out, insinuating that the Mr. Beast team actually knew this was happening. However, he has since come out to defend himself, say we didn't know this was happening, like we're looking into it, you know. Hi, Edit, Caitlin coming in here again, your favourite girly. Just coming in to interject at this very moment. That since I filmed this video, Dogpack404 has since come out with yet another video titled Mr. Beast is a fraud, basically saying that we did an interview with Jake Weddle, who used to work for Mr. Beast in a lot of videos, and basically said how Mr. Beast broke the Geneva Convention. What? And also that there was a child on the set of Mr. Beast. His name was Delaware, because that's where you apparently child, and he wasn't allowed to go back. And they basically told us, like alluded to the fact that it was Jake the Viking. So I want to come in here and say that that's probably why I said Jimmy knew about the Ava Chris Tyson thing, because Jimmy knew about his thing. I'll go back to actual Caitlin just now. And Ava has been blacklisted from any Mr. Beast content ever, any Feastables content, any Mr. Beast videos. Everything has just been blacklisted completely from the entire company. Now, since Ava has come out with her own testimony saying that she is back down from all of this stuff due to hate on social media by posting tweets on Twitter, just telling everyone like the whole situation, what's happening, even though it is blatantly obvious that she was messaging, she was soliciting for stuff she wanted. She was basically just being a creep, just being a pred, if you know what that means, a pred. She was being a pred. And since then, Mr. Beast has obviously blacklisted her from his entire videos. Now, Mr. Beast did face initial lashback onto his channel when Ava came out as transgender, because a lot of devoted Mr. Beast fans didn't like this change, didn't like the fact that Chris was changing into a woman, and a lot of the comments were transphobic, but a lot of people were just a bit like, oh, I don't really want to watch the new, because Chris did change, she did change as a person when she transitioned. So a lot of people stopped watching Mr. Beast for that reason. It didn't obviously hurt his analytics or anything, he's doing great. But this did, happen around that time. Now, on the Mr. Beast, going on to the Mr. Beast hit that has come across recently, we have to go all the way back to about 2019 when Mr. Beast started getting his big bucks. When he started posting the last one to leave gets $1 million videos and actually giving $1 million away. He was stopping doing the fun little visiting Slab City and exploring not exploring abandoned, but like exploring a haunted prison video type videos where he was just having fun with his friends. He started moving on to more analytical videos and learning the algorithm. This was around team trees, team T's, that type of stuff. And this became the onslaught called the Mr. Beastification of YouTube. Now, if you don't know what the Mr. Beastification of YouTube is, basically, in a short roundup, is people stop making content based on what they love and started making content to appeal to the algorithm. Perhaps more children's videos popping up, videos of just random things on YouTube Shorts, a lot of deep fried thumbnails or like exaggerated thumbnails, and subscribe and you'll win this, which has always kind of been a problem on YouTube, but like it's not like mainly as a thing, it's like got more and more. And a lot of people have been complaining about the misbeastification of YouTube, as YouTubers like MatPat and Jacksepticeye have been talking about stepping down from being YouTubers, mainly because they've been doing it for a very long time, but also because they don't find joy in it anymore. When YouTube was, from its early days up until about 2019, it was all about doing things that you loved, but now you can't get big unless you know the algorithm, basically, or you've been doing it for a very long time. So Mr. Beast trained the algorithm, he knew the algorithm, and he knew what would do well and what wouldn't do well. So he appeals his content to kids, and he puts all these bright colours in, and these timers, and these dramatic music, and everything to pull a viewer in these short 10 minutes to gain viewer attention. And that is basically the Mr. Beastification of YouTube, which also loosely links into the dead internet theory. Now, if you don't know what the dead internet theory is, the dead internet theory is it's a theory proposed that the internet is just dead and there are just a bunch of bots posting these videos, shelling them out constantly. Like when you see them videos on TikTok that the CapCut edits are like, oh, I can't believe that this is £1 million, this CapCut edit, and it gets people to interact with the post and it gets big, and that's all you see. Or like these memes constantly just shelled out by these random accounts, and that is the dead internet theory. The fact that people are using these bots to become famous on these accounts by knowing the algorithm, which is basically the same thing as Mr. Beastification of YouTube. Now, Mr. Beast has recently come under a ton of fire due to a video posted on the channel Dogpack44, and he basically outlines in his video every single thing that he saw or knew whilst working for Mr. Beast for this short time period. Now, this video on YouTube, the last time I searched it, cannot be searched for. It doesn't appear, probably because YouTube know how grossing Jimmy is, for their company, so they want to keep him at the top. They don't want him to lose subscribers, they don't want to get cancelled, so they're kind of filtering this out. But a lot of major YouTube channels like Memeless have uploaded reaction videos to it, so that it has reached a larger audience. At the time of filming this, I think the video has 5.7 million views, but it's probably gone up since then. And he basically talks about a lot of topics in the video, mainly about how Mr. Beast fakes his videos and how he basically extorts children by running these fake lotteries on live streams and on YouTube. Now, going deeper into the faking videos bit, he does talk a bit about how some of the videos are CGI, but it's that. But in my head, that's not really that important because it adds to the video. It's not conning anyone. It's not illegal. It's adding like little fire explosions in the video to make it more entertaining. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But the main thing about faking the videos is by getting just Mr. Beast friends and family who work at the company who are winning the competitions. It's not actually the public who are winning competitions, especially with the guy Mac, I think his name is. He won multiple, and he actually worked for Mr. Beast as an actor. And when asked in an interview, "What do you do?" he responded with,
How do you make money? How are you like surviving?
Basically, my main strategy is I go to like grocery store type places.
Grocery store type places?
Yeah, and I basically what I'll do when I get there, I usually get like an amount of food that seems like.
see how he dodges the question. He doesn't want to answer the question because he knows. He knows what he does, right? And I strongly suggest you go and watch Dogpack44's video on this. You have to search his channel, but I strongly suggest you go and watch the video if you're interested after this video, because it's very more insightful than my quick little roundup. But he also explains in the video how Mr. Beast is running illegal lotteries with kids. As we all know, a couple of years back, he did his live streams where he was signing t-shirts and everything, and he basically points out in the video that a couple of Mr. Beast's friends on camera were faking his signature that kids were paying for, And also he was promising these prizes, saying if you buy this in 30 minutes, then we're going to give you this. And basically, what is an illegal lottery, he explains in the video, is there has to be a prize, a way to like enter, and a chance. And when he says in 30 minutes you can do this, you win this prize, and you know that is a chance, that is a prize, that is everything that you need for an illegal lottery, and he's doing it, marking it towards kids.
Those of you who are just joining, if you buy one of our limited edition 40 mil special shirts, we're celebrating 40 million subscribers with a really big video, then we will sign that shirt, and some of them will get random prizes like this.
And he also has this problem where he'll have loads of comments here. He put them up on the screen, Dogpack404 in the video, saying like subscribe and I'll give away this many iPhones. And he's been caught out doing that quite a few times, and he will not send the iPhones. Even mentioning someone in the video that's been going off on Twitter for 4 years because he didn't receive this thing from Mr. Beast. And it is pretty extortionate of children what Mr. Beast is doing, which is why there has been so much rave about it and so much wrong.
I can't believe people are still doing fucking giveaways. Holy shit, it's so annoying. Stop this fucking shit. I'm so tired of it. Fucking 10 years of YouTube, people are still like buying subs for this shit.
Dogpack also talks about in his video a lot about, more in depth, about how contestants almost lost their lives on Mr. Beast, how Feastables is basically a scam, they're not healthy. Mainly on the illegal lotteries bit is the bit that he focuses on, and the genuinely illegal stuff. But going back and watching the Mr. Beast videos, it does seem very apparent all of this stuff that he's doing. It's just been brought to the limelight by Dogpack404. But let me know what you guys think of this situation with Mr. Beast. Do you think that he should be held accountable for what he's done, or do you think it's like totally reasonable? I definitely see this being the end of the Mr. Beastification of YouTube. I really do, because I feel like people are sick and tired of seeing the same type of videos over and over and over again. So people are doing something about it. But if you do like videos that are not Mr. Beastified, and you like videos that are from the heart and genuine, please subscribe. Except that is not the end of the video, and there has actually been since an update, so current me, ready to interject. Now this is obviously not the end of the video, because I did mention earlier when I interjected that Dogpack404 did release yet another video on Mr. Beast, right? Titled Mr. Beast is a Fraud, where he obviously brought on Jake Weddle and they talked about a ton of things. However, he did talk about how Jake Weddle used to work at Mr. Beast and how he was subjected to some not very nice things. He talked about the fact that when he was working for Mr. Beast and when he'd signed on for Mr. Beast, moved out to North Carolina, he was mainly a background guy. He come up with video ideas, he came up with all these scripts. He was a writer, right? He was in the writer's room. But he was featured in a couple of videos like destroying his car and things like that. And he mentions like messaging his mom just to let her know to act up for the cameras, and you know, everything on that part about losing his car. And he also talked about the fact that Jimmy kind of slated him for not wanting to buy a big flashy car because he said he couldn't afford the insurance, or he couldn't afford the assets that he would need for that car. And he got a mom ban in one of the videos. Well, Jake Weddle came out in this video and talked about the Mr. Beast solitary confinement video. And this video does exist on YouTube. It is a full-length video with Mr. Beast, everything. But Jake Weddle is not in this video. That is because a little bit before this video was released, Jake Weddle was fired from Mr. Beast for complaining with one of the writers, who was also fired, about them not treating them fairly and things, and he was fired, but he kept on good terms with them publicly, so he was allowed back to do shoots. And he was invited back for this one shoot, solitary confinement, and he would have got around like 500k if he completed it. So he thought, this is great, I'm going to go in solitary confinement for this many hours, and I'm going to win this amount of money. And he basically talked about how the conditions were very poor. Mr. Beast was never there, he was never caring for him, there was no proper sewage system, they would never turn the lights off when he was in that room.
I just wanted to turn the lights off. And I'm vocalizing to people, I wish the lights would turn off.
Which is basically not breaking the Geneva Convention, but is, because basically the Geneva Convention says that you can't hold anyone captive and any form of torture, and by not allowing them to sleep is a deprivation of something, which is a form of torture. he spoke about how he now has insomnia, pretty bad, and he believes it began straight after this incident, as he wasn't able to sleep for days. He said that it smelled in the room, and he would beg his friends, like, they were nice people who worked at Mr. Beast, and he would beg them, please just turn the lights off. Just turn the lights off so that I can get a good night's sleep. And they wouldn't. They said because the cameras and everything. Well, Jimmy then made him run a marathon on a treadmill for some money, I believe. And he'd never run a marathon before. He wasn't equipped to do that. And he basically spoke about the fact that after he got off, he had such bad injuries on his feet, and he was so weakened that he couldn't walk, and he just was out of exhaustion, just lay down. And that was when he finally decided to say, no, I want to stop. So they had a bunch of his friends come in and Jimmy come in to try and see if they could maybe keep him in for a little bit longer. And he did get a bit of sleep during that time because they agreed to turn the lights off, because that probably wouldn't have been used in the video anyway. And Jimmy came in and he basically said that he sat on a chair like a kind of arch nemesis, and I'll interject the clips at some point here. And he basically said how Jimmy stopped after he thought that he said he was going to get sued.
As if rehearsed by his lawyers. Yeah, your mental health's the most important thing. Just want to make sure you're okay. And the last thing we want you to do is... I can almost hear the word sue come out of his mouth. The S, he just stopped right before it got out.
Now, this really paints Mr. Beast in a bad light, and I don't think it's about cancelling Mr. Beast, or, well, it is, but it's not like cancelling him as an, oh, cancel culture. It's holding someone accountable for some bad decisions, and even if they're not direct decisions made by him, even though a lot of them do include him, it is still decisions being made under the name of Mr. Beast, which is unacceptable considering the brand that he holds up. So I just wanted to mention that quickly. I do suggest you go and watch Dogpack 404's video about it, because it truly shows everything in a big light. And he did say in this video that he was going to release part 3, which was going to basically say about all the sexual allegations and the potential allegations that a couple of members who worked for Mr. Beast were facing. But that is all the updates we have for now. I really, really implore you guys to go and watch Dogpack's series so far, because it's really telling. And it seems to be right in front of our noses. But yeah, that's all I have for now. This is the actual end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I got literally inside your mind. Maybe not so much for this one, but let me know what you guys think on this topic and what type of videos you want me to post next. I'm kind of thinking about doing commentary, a little bit of get ready with me, just whatever floats my boat. So I'll see you guys in the next upload. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. I really need to get an outro, but I don't have one, so this is my outro. Bye.